Okay, so here we are in the bottom of Bob and Wendy's basement. We're going to turn this wood and some boards on the far side there into another one of these that I seem to remember putting together quite a few years ago now. And as you can see, it sits right down low. Got 14 8x4s. 4 of them we're going to cut down to 6.5 feet for these corners. Okay, and we have 2. It's pretty hard to see, but you can see we've got this one here supporting these melamine laminate boards. They're 5/8 by 16 inches wide and 8 feet long. That noise you hear is Connor building up his energy, eating away there. Okay, so there's a board here on one side supporting it on the other. A great way to make solid shelves. The materials we just spent $130. Okay, and including tax. This is Canada, by the way. Okay, and so this should do the trick. So we've got our screw nails. Show us the screws, Connor, right behind you. What do we need for this job? We need those. We need a drill and driver set in there. Do you want to open it up? Those slide out to the side. Slide them out to the side, and the other one. Make sure you got it up the right way first. Yep, you're right. Okay, drill and driver set. Tape measure, of course. We need a pencil. There must be one down here somewhere. Little skill saw. A bit of loving attention, and we should have another one of these, so Bob can store more of his junk. And my apprentice for today is Connor, because we've been living overseas and all around the world. He has never really had a workshop, so this is how we make up for that. And no, we don't need axes or block splitters. Okay, right, you ready to get started? Okay, probably one of the most important things you should have is a nice clear workspace. So if you don't have one of those, the next best thing is probably a couple of freezers, and that should do the trick. Now this is going into the wood I've selected for the 4 supports, 4 corner supports, because they're only going to be 6'4" long. And that's because they're going to fit underneath that duct over there. Because these are going to be 6'4", I've selected the stud grade 2x4s, which actually have pretty dodgy ends on the end of them. So, you know, this isn't going to be very good for supporting or drilling in to support the shelf. So I'm going to cut these down by over, I guess, 1.5 feet. So, okay, so here we go. Just going to square this off, and we'll be ready to, we'll be getting ready to work on the skill saw. Okay, one of the benefits of using a freezer as your workbench is that they often come with attached power cords, extension cords, for your skill saw that is now away from your power source. So we'll plug in there. Now, the one thing I noticed about the skill saw too is that it wasn't squared off. So I'll show you a trick that you can do. Just come up against anything that is square, and I'm assuming that's square. Just loosen it off and then just bang it into the side here until it's square. The blade, you can feel the blade up against there. Okay, make sure this is up. And just, okay. It's still not here. Connor, can you just come and point this camera? What I'm doing there. Okay, so I've got it loosened off in here. Just make sure the blade is flush against here now. Good. And then just tighten it up again. That should keep it square. Another thing we need to do is you've got to have a pair of these, okay? I can't actually do any cutting like that, but it would be nice if I had earphones as well. I mean earmuffs as well. Okay, next trick, we're going to actually start cutting. Okay, you can pause. Okay, we're ready. Where's my cut coming in this one? that's fine. Okay, this is going to make it easy to cut. It was moving before, so hopefully, Connor, if you just sort of hoist yourself up, push down on it hard, that should stop it from moving somewhat. Yeah, this would be a lot easier to be the workshop. Okay, and don't look this way when you're cutting. When I'm cutting, okay?
Okay.
Okay, good. The apprentice did the last piece. That's pretty good. You might be as tall as that one day. 6'4" maybe. The freezer is plugged back in, always very important. And always put your tools away once you finish with them. Okay, so we've been given this this set to work with. I'm not totally sure. We might need to get the plug-in. I'm not sure how strong these batteries are and what sort of torque we can get off this set, but we might need to get a plug-in drill because we're going to do quite a bit of drilling here. I think we've got around about 90 screws to put in, so we've got the backup battery. We'll see if we need it or more. We have size, what are these? Size 12, I think they are. Size, no, what are they? Size 12, 2.5 inches. 7/64.
Yeah, they're size 12.
Size 12. Okay, so these are size 12, 2.5 inch square heads. Okay, that's going to be a lot easier to drill with. And we've got size 8s.
Size 8s.
Okay, so these are size 8, 1.5 inches, square heads as well. Yeah, sorry about not being metric, but hey, when you're in North America, you have to roll with the punches. Okay, now because of the limited space in here, as you can see, and we haven't got really much space to maneuver, we're going to have to build this in situ, which is almost like renovating versus building new. So we've got these in place. What we're going to do is we're going to attach the bottoms first, and then we'll attach the tops. Okay, remember we're copying the one next door, and then we're just going to build up through the middle. Okay, this is going to be interesting. Maybe I might just start from the bottom and work my way up. Well, we'll see. You ready? You ready? I'm over here. Okay, what we're going to do is, when this was built last time, we threw it up pretty quickly, and then we screw nailed it into the wall here, as you can see. So I think what we're going to do this time is we're going to actually just screw nail it into the wall to start off with. I'm assuming this is pretty square, so we'll just work from there. And then we'll just build. Yeah, it doesn't matter which order we do it them, but the important thing is down here we'll actually have to be screwing in from that side, which is not a problem at all. Make sure your clutch is set. So nice. Turn it off now. Okay, the instructions we've had on this build is to not move the wood. I'm not sure why. Anyway, so this is going to be really interesting. So we're just going to sneak stuff in behind here. Of course, we're going to have to make sure everything's level. Actually, we've got chipboard behind here with a seam, so that should be okay. That's good. Okay, so we're going to do it this way. So we've got that one done in that corner. I'm just going to do it up like this. Yep, this should work. Another drill here. Hang on. Okay. These are upright, and we eyed this up with one behind, no problem. What we're going to do now is realize that we've actually done this together on the wrong side.
So we can just flip it around.
Okay. Jesus. Good. again. And you like. Good. Yeah, just get it started. Come in a little bit, Connor. You don't want it too close to the edge. Push it. That's it, nice. Okay, so we're going to put another one there. Okay, let's line them up. Another one down in this corner, and then we'll just, I think what we'll just have to do is work our way up the shelf here. We'll line them up with each of these. Make it easy to slide stuff back and forth. You can barely see. Always very important when you're working in a workshop, nice adequate lighting for safety. It's amazing we're still alive. If I hold this up, I need you to be holding that end as well. Okay, so that we keep it the right height.
Okay.
It's the only way we're going to do this. But I think we need to start on the one at the back first because it's going to be easier to work. So let's tip this one over. We'll work on the one at the back first. So let's take this out of here. You always think about the next step. It's going to be easier. And of course it's always going to be easier to work on one shelf at the time. Put each shelf on each time, because if you're trying to get under wood and do stuff like that, it's going to be a hassle. Okay, so this one's done. Okay, so I need the pencil. Okay, which wood do you think is going to be? You can shake it around and show you it's solid. Okay, now. Yep, pretty solid. What are you doing through the piece of wood? Okay, so what we're going to do now, we're making sure that we've got none of the markings on the outside. So this is definitely one for the outside. So stick that crappy in there, but it'll be okay facing that way. Okay, here's a crappy one. So this face up. Just do it that way, it's alright if that comes out. Okay, now we're starting to work above our heads. The next one. Okay.
More above my head, not yours.
Okay, so as you can see, we're up to the final one. Now, we're not going to be able to build this. Always think ahead, you know, what's required. We aren't going to be able to build it the same way, screwing these on top, if we put these 2x4s in first. So we're going to have to build this thing on the floor, and then we're going to have to bring it up and then just screw it into these supports. Okay, you alright?
I'm thinking.
Okay. Do you want me to think too, or do you want me to help? Okay. Okay, so we've put this together, and we're going to mount it up on top of these supports here, and then try and get it to about the same height. So we're going to have to go up a bit. I want to make it even with the other one. Now, the only problem is this comes down lower, so we've had to make it a little shorter. I think we can do it. Can I give you a hand with it? And there we go. Brand new shelves / bunk bed. That should work out really well. Everything lines up nicely and it's independent. Good. You climbing up to the top, are you? You can start loading stuff on there if you want. We'll leave that to Bob. What do you think, Will?
It's awesome.
Cool.